Welcome Paolo and Matt to the Lowdown. Right, you are playing the Red Bull stage. How the hell did this concept come up? Because it's as intimate as something as massive as Download could get.
We wanted to do the stage we were originally intending on doing the first time we were supposed to do Download, but play the exact same set we were going to do that we did on the main stage.
Right.
Including cutting one of the songs off the set that we had to cut.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so it's going to be like the true to the exact set of what it was on the main stage, but on the stage we were going to play.
Right. And are you anticipating more chaos just because it's in a controlled
I think it's going to
place?
be probably going to be one of the craziest shows I think we've ever played. Every time I've been in there and watching any other band, the vibe is always insane. So I think with that set, with the environment being in the tent, it's going to be absolutely crazy.
And the Trivium of the Ascendancy cycle was party hard. Yes. So you were on first thing in the morning on a Saturday, drunk, hungover, or about to drink. How were you on that day?
How was I? I was still, my nose was still bleeding from a couple nights before that. Yeah, man. I'm saying that's.
It was a
dark times.
Crazy, man.
Wow.
No,
unprofessional.
That was fun though. I mean, it was kind of crazy. You never expect a moment like that to kind of just come out of nowhere. And we're just these dudes coming from the States. We were in the van, coming over, being on a bus for the first time ever, and then all of a sudden, hey, you're gonna play the first slot of Download, it's Saturday, and expecting nothing, and then our lives changed, and it was insane.
Did you really go in with no anticipation?
Oh yeah, no, it was like 10:59, and there was no one there. We're like, this is gonna suck.
Yeah, the gates are closed.
There was gonna be like 5 people who were gonna show up, and we're like, oh, you guys.
We're almost
suck.
kind of regretting it. First, we're like, well, maybe we should have just done the tent stage. At least it would have been some
Packed.
people there. And then when the gates opened,
Braveheart.
Yeah. Oh yeah, full on coming down the hill.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the most epic moments of our lives. Yeah.
So having played Download for 9 years now, what is your favourite Download memory ever?
I hardly remember the first one. And
right.
I mean, maybe it was a little bit of it, just the
nosebleed.
Yeah, maybe. And I'm not condoning that, children. The only thing you should put up your nose is Neil Med sinus sprints, all natural. But yeah, I mean, what happened, with that show, because the way we were living back then, the way everyone remembered us then from the first Cold Magazine things, when we finished that, we're like, we're really lucky we played well. How did we play well? Because I was hardly able to speak after the show, but everything worked. So we said, in order to be able to do this professionally, in order to be able to pull off that kind of performance nightly, we can't live like that. We have to do this pro. And some guys can do that. Some guys can party every single night and treat their bodies like an amusement park and play amazingly live. I can't. And in order for me to sing perfectly as perfectly as perfect should be for all of our fans, for the people that come out and make us who we are, that show, I think, really made us all realize, if we want to keep doing this, we can't keep doing that.
So, are you going to be putting in stuff like the stuff from Vengeance Falls as well? Because, obviously, you don't want it to be too much of a throwback because you're still into what you're doing now.
Depends how long the set is.
Yeah, I think we're kind of the way we're probably going to do it is
we don't even know how long
we'll do probably a couple songs from the other albums and then save that for the main.
Because I think it's a 25-minute set that we played that day.
Right.
It was supposed to be 30, and we had technical difficulties, and we cut like the Flies.
Right.
So like I said, we're going to be cutting like the Flies again. It's going to be on the set list, but we're cutting it.
Yeah, cutting it one more time.
Were you offered the main stage slot as well and made a conscious decision to go no, we want to play tiny stage?
We want to do something different. We keep playing. We played the main stage, 2-3 times now, and we've headlined the second stage, I think, 1 or 2 times now. So it's how are we going to make this different, especially on an anniversary where we're not going to do an anniversary tour?
Yeah.
Or maybe we'll.
Were you tempted to do an anniversary tour?
Well, I guess that's next year. We've kind of not really talked about what we'll do yet. I'm sure we'll do something special, but for this is for Download, it's kind of a celebration of where it all really started for us, and what better way than to...
Yeah, kids are always saying, oh, we want to see you, we remember the Barfly shows and the Garage shows. It's not, hey,
I remember... That Road Rage tour, that first Road Rage tour.
Yeah, it's never hey man, because obviously these shows are incredible. This whole UK tour is sold out, and these big shows are amazing. This is where we get to bring production, and we're going to have snow machines and CO2 blasters
tonight. Is snow metal? The snow's metal?
When you make your stage look like Hoth, that's very
fair enough.
We have Winterfell on stage tonight.
Amazing.
So we've got snow and CO2 and all this crazy shit that's going to happen tonight. So we want to make it as punk rock as possible in a festival, which is kind of hard to do because a festival's a big setting. And
especially the only way Download to grandiose.
And you can't do that really. I guess you can do that on the main stage, but if people saw Vakken, we could do full production, all that stuff nowadays, but we want to do a festival setting and give back to our fans, and what better way than the smallest stage possible.
I think at the end of the day, if you can't strip away the production and still have a great show, then there's something wrong there. And there's something to be said for playing a show with not much behind you and just letting the music.
Yeah, testament to strength of songs.
Yeah, it definitely let it just speak for themselves.
Right, let's do it. Right, let's let the music do the talking. Stick around, these guys are going to be answering your question later on. Bollocks!
The door.
Welcome back to the Lowdown with Matt and Paolo. Kids questions, fans questions. What is your favourite Trivium album? And that's from Sunita Vidal.
It changes all the time.
Yeah.
I was just asked that.
Someone held a gun to your head right now. I'm not going to.
I would first say, why are you holding a gun to my head asking what my own favorite album is? Today I'll say...
I'd probably go right now, probably with Shogun. I've been enjoying playing that song lately. And it's become such a favorite amongst our fans.
Yeah.
And it was kind of surprising because when we first released it, I mean, people definitely were into it, but I think over time it's really grown into one of those favorites, and I love playing the title track. We just finally started playing it.
Yeah, like, and that's a bold choice as well, because it's like 9 minutes long.
It's like
12 and a half minutes long.
That's the song with the snow. So that's the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go. Right, Owen Shine says, do you ever make mistakes playing songs live?
All the time.
Yeah?
All the time.
Who's the biggest culprit?
Probably me.
Throw him into it, yeah?
Probably me, yeah.
Yeah, you got probably the most going on that you have to kind of stay on top
Guitar,
of.
singing, thinking about what I'm going to say, thinking about what I'm going to eat tomorrow, and that kind of shit.
Tyler Joel asks, on that theme, Colonel Sanders or Ronald McDonald?
Neither.
Neither.
If I had to pick, definitely Colonel Sanders all the way.
All right, it's killer beard. Jason Taylor Soul Singer says, who tattooed your sleeves?
Oh.
No? You? No.
No, I've got him. Khalil Rinty did the left.
Okay.
Brian Bruno did the right.
Cool. Johnny Harris says, what do you think of Gent and the concept of 7 and 8 string guitars?
I think there's some bands that are really incredible. Some of the bands we've done, I don't know if they consider themselves in this world, but on the last tour after the Burial, unbelievable band. And they've done both the 7 and 8 strings, and I think what I love about them is they've brought a lot of the shreddiness into it, really killer songs, and I think it, when it's done great, it's amazing.
And I think that bands should just avoid that term, because every 5 or so years there's a new term.
I don't think it's really the bands though that usually place it.
Kids that are it's 50-50 kids that hate that style and kids that love that stuff that use that term. I think it's limiting.
Ever tempted to go into the 7 and 8 string?
We've used 7 strings since
Spot the non-musician.
Yeah, we've been using 7 strings since 05.
Oh, killer.
And 8 string now, it's not for us.
Nah.
But we've had 7 strings since before that weird spelled word has existed. But we'll never go to that style. No.
Mark O'Rourke says, what's the best thing you've ever seen at Download Festival?
40,000 people come run over a hill at 11:01
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Mark Skinner says, which bands have ever blown you away at a festival? Is there bands that stand out or performances?
So many.
Oh, man.
Iron Maiden, Rammstein, Metallica.
Well, if we could limit it to just maybe
In Flames.
Download, I think seeing Metallica play Master of Puppets.
That was unbelievable.
That was probably, and you know what, the Black Album, the same, it was incredible, but I think just the way they did Master of Puppets, all the video footage they had from back then, it was just, I have chills now thinking about it. It was incredible.
Seeing Rammstein at Rock the Park, Rock the City, Rock the Field.
It was in
what was it called?
Romania.
In Romania. It's one of those weird festival names.
Great.
It was my first time ever seeing Rammstein. They're one of my favorite bands in the world. Never seen them live. And to see Till riding a giant mechanical bull penis across the stage was incredible.
Amazing.
No, just Rammstein was truly one of the greatest bands I've ever seen live. And I've always known they're great because I own all their DVDs, but to see it in person was ridiculous. Yeah.
Joanne Mary Slough Bird says, would you like to come to her place for dinner? Lol.
After the lull in there's like something
There's
bad.
a lull at the end. And then no, seriously, if you weren't in Trivium and you could play in any band, which one would you be?
What's that segue?
That was the same.
Yeah, the same
person. Let's see. Maybe I'll come over if there's nothing else involved of what, I don't know. It could be kind of interesting, but I don't know. What band?
I mean, what was the second part? I kept thinking about the first question.
If you still think you're still mulling it over whether you're going to go around.
I think the dinner thing kind of threw me for a loop.
Is the lull because she's a bad cook, or the lull because she's like a great cook and we should have known about it?
I have no idea. I'm too afraid to ask.
Or is it Nick Augustos for dinner?
It's too weird a question.
If I could just like fill in for Iron Maiden just one show, or even for practice. I'd love to just get up there and play and jam with those dudes. And
if I could play with them as long as I'm not singing, because I could not sing.
Man.
Bruce is too great to ever come close to singing anything he does.
Connell Norton says, what band did you enjoy touring with most over the years?
In Flames.
In Flames is awesome.
We've toured with them, 10 times now, probably?
Is that as dudes as well as going out and watching them every night?
Oh, yeah. Especially, I mean, they're the closest band friends that we have in any band, I would say.
Machine Head has always been an awesome band to tour
10
with.
times as well.
Yeah.
And Killswitch, too. These guys are fun to tour with.
What's the strangest thing you've had thrown at you on stage? And that's from Twitter, from Psychophant.
A full bottle of warm piss.
Oh no! Did it hit you?
It hit me and doused me. It was the second time we played Down Low, but I was behind the backdrop, so it wasn't even intentional. Someone just took a piss. I was like, "Oh, I'm done," and threw it over. It hit me. That's my long hair too.
Oh
It
god!
soaked me, and I was looking around. I think it was Metallica and Korn's crew. I was like, "Does anyone have a towel?" And I just looked at me.
I'm not letting you mock
There was
piss
when we
towels.
opened for Iron Maiden, someone threw a bottle of piss, but it didn't hit the stage. It hit like one of the front things, and it sprayed all over the security guards. I was like, "Oh,
brutal!"
Dude. I'm like, that's nasty. Man.
Samuel Sweeting on Twitter says, "What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you during a show?"
Well, I had something funny happen last night. This was a bit Spinal Tap.
You
But,
use your quote too.
Yeah, like, all right, so we have all this production, we did all the pre-pro, and last night we went up, the CO2 blasters weren't working, so I'm like, all right, they're just not gonna work for this show. And then we're in the middle of gunshot. I'm standing over, one's facing me, and then all of a sudden, I just get blasted right in the face. My shirt gets like blasted up. I like turn around and I was just like, the hell just happened, dude? Everyone's in my face was like total like terror. Like I had no idea it was happening, and I don't know. I described it to Matt after like it was just like getting punched in the face by a cloud. I was just like, it's always me, man. It's like I'm always falling off the stage and like weird things are happening. But it was funny though. I was just laughing.
That's my new hardcore band name.
Punched by a cloud.
Punch in the face by a cloud.
Cloud puncher.
And finally, Latino Heat Daz asks, how does it feel to get the chance to play your legendary 2005 set again?
It's an honor to still be here long enough to not only do that, to be playing here at Brixton Academy, and we're just very thankful.
Weird that we're, still young kids and we're playing a quote legendary set over again, that people want to hear something that we did before when we were even younger.
Crazy that it's nearly a decade ago as well.
It feels like that was like a year ago.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But it wasn't.
Crazy.
Do you still have emotional attachment to those songs as well?
Oh, definitely.
After
definitely. I mean, when you're asking about favorite album, I always go to Ascendancy's favorite album, but favorite song is Shogun. So, yeah, I was joking around. I was like, oh man, we should pull out the old outfits too. Back when I had the muffin top hanging over and the bad
I don't know
haircut,
if we'd be able to fit
and the shitty fringe.
Amazing. Well, shitty fringe or not, these guys are going to be headlining the Red Bull stage at this year's Download Festival.
That's my other side project.
Cheers for your time, man.
Fringe.
That's my new
Thanks,
band.
dude. Thank you, man.
Shitty fringe, punched by a cloud. Look for it next weekend in
Next
stores.
Halloween.
It'll be on MySpace.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next weekend on sale everywhere.